So, back after a little bit of a hiatus, went away on holiday with some friends and kept that quiet, didn't say anything, and haven't made any content for about 2 weeks. I've got some ideas for a few bits of content, and obviously the first one is Zenith the Last City, brand new MMO that's just come out on the Oculus, and it is also on Steam VR. Obviously, I'm playing Oculus Quest 2. We'll take a look at it, see what my opinions on it are. And yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and let's have a look at some footage of their game. Right, so in the world of Zenith, well, we're not in the world of Zenith, we're in the character creator for Zenith. So we're going to create a character, but this is something in particular where I've heard the game feels particularly lacking. There's not a lot of character creation, which is very disappointing for an RPG, because you want to make a character, well, I want to make a character that feels like they're me, like I'm playing as me, or a better version of me, normally that has some muscles and a really nice big beard that I wish I could have. Never the hair, I'm happy not having hair. But there's not a lot in it. There's a lot missing. You get to select a couple of faces, which always feels a bit like a cop-out. Everyone's going to end up looking the same. No bald person. Very offended. We'll go with some spiky hair. Readjust my headset. That was hurting my eyes a little bit. We'll go brown hair, because that's what I used to have. And then we've only got a couple of classes at the minute. We've got the mage, and we've got a blade master. So not a lot to choose from. In terms of classes yet. There is a third being made, and it's going to come out in an update, which is a cyborg ninja, which the blade master holds 2 swords, and that is them. You can't have one sword and a shield, or a double-handed sword, or just one sword. It is a dual-wielding character, and that is it. There is no other option. The cyborg ninja has what looks like a 2-handed katana, and then the mage, obviously. I think the mage kind of looks like it's got guns. I haven't seen how the mage works. So in fact, I have seen how the other character works. I had a little go at him as a dual-wielding character, as a blade master even. But we'll have a go at mage and see how that plays this time. Cool.
As I was saying,
oh, they're like guns.
Your own personal AI helper and
oh, okay, that's cool. I like that. So, we'll see how this feels in combat. One of the disappointing things with the Blade Master characters, combat didn't feel great. It was used to a VR game feeling very immersive, and the movements and everything like that matter. The faster and more frequently you move in terms of bladed combat in this, the less damage you do. Physics doesn't really matter. You don't feel like you're holding a weapon. It all just feels very soft. And almost like there's no point it being VR. It almost like the combat side of it makes it feel like this game wasn't meant to be VR, but they made it VR and then made it so you can move your hands around for the weapons, but that doesn't really matter. So we'll see how this feels with the shooting combat instead as a mage. But you walk around as normal. I've got full locomotion, so it feels okay. For me, I don't get motion sickness really, so it's pretty standard. There is a comfort mode as well. To talk to a NPC, you go up and wave at them. Hello.
Let's get down to business.
And they give you a quest.
Get out there, agent.
So let's go see what the fighting's like.
I overlay them in real space to help you find your way.
It's cool. I mean, the art
helpful, right?
looks pretty good. It wasn't what I was expecting. I didn't think I'd like it.
Are home to slightly aggressive chimeras.
Yeah, see, it's not as satisfying, but it does feel better playing as a mage.
But it refills quickly when not firing.
It feels... Are you dead? You look alive. I think you've crashed. It feels much better as the mage character, actually, which I never normally would play as a character like this, but it feels so much nicer and more immersive playing like this. And I would recommend playing as a mage character. It makes the combat actually much cooler. And I kind of felt like I was going to write this game off until such a point as maybe they've done some improvements to combat that I might like. But actually, this has given me a new lease of life on the game. Like, I actually really enjoy that. That was kind of cool. That felt much better than it did running around with the swords. It's kind of like, and I may have got it wrong, and it may just be fluky at why it happened, but as I said, the more you move, the faster you move, the less damage you do. And to block, it seems like you can't just be in the way of where their weapon's going to go. That doesn't matter. You have to kind of be in the way, but you also have to move with it as well to actually block. And it just breaks the combat for me. It doesn't feel as good as exciting. And there's probably going to be a point where just pointing and shooting isn't as exciting, but I doubt it. We all play our shooting games. The cool and immersive thing VR-wise, other than now the shooting, is that they've added these kind of features in. So you've got... Oh, what happened there? Let's climb back up. You've got the ability to be able to climb any part of the world. So I can climb here, climb anywhere on the map. And that's a very... makes the game feel like, obviously, it's meant to be a VR game again. And it probably makes exploring really cool. So, out of the tutorial area, this is really where I think the game's biggest positive sits. The world is just so big, and it's so fascinating, and so good. This is what makes it probably what most people, because it's had very, very positive reviews. I think Steam, it's sitting as very positive. I don't think it was mixed reviews. And lots of people are raving about it. And I have a theory for that, which I'll talk about at the end, of why I think it's so... people are so positive about it. I think it's got a lot more to improve upon. But, overwhelmingly, people are saying that the game's great.
As an essence mage, you can cast spells.
And I think this is one of the main reasons. I think the world is great.
By moving your hands up, down, or horizontally. To cast a spell, hold grip. Keep holding it down, and swipe your hand in the desired direction to prepare the spell. When you see the colored essence swirling around your hand, point to aim the spell, and release grip to cast.
Oh, cool.
Try casting a downward spell now. Hold one hand up and press grip. Pull your
I think
hand
I've only
down
got a
quickly
downward
to
spell.
prepare the spell. Then aim and release the button.
Right, so I'm done with her. Oh, cool. So I got some spells as well. So it's not just shooting. There's a bit more. So can I do? So you can combine things. That's cool. That makes it feel very VR again. Oh, do you know what? I really was kind of writing this game off as something that I wouldn't play. And it was heavily because of the combat. And I think it's because of the Blade Master. I don't think the melee fighting is good and immersive and enjoyable. It really isn't something that I enjoy at all. Who's shooting at me? Or you? Do you want a biscuit?
That looks tasty.
Yeah,
I'd
it's
sure
just
like to eat it if I had a real
not
knife.
enjoyable.
Reach out
But
and grip to grab it.
this
Then put it in your inventory.
starting to make it feel right again. And I really enjoy that. The mage character is what it's built for. It's almost like this should have been the only character at this stage until something different happens with how melee combat works. If it does, it might never change, and melee combat is what it is. And if that's the case, then the range characters like this one are what I would play this game for. Right, so she tasked us with going and defending the... Look, he's in the floor. That is brilliant. I think he's being a bit weird, if you can hear him. So this is one of the cool things that are apparently really good about it. The community is apparently very, very good. And it's not toxic. It's enjoyable. And people help out and play together and just make the game really something that's worth playing. And hopefully that won't change. Hopefully it's not something that's going to get worse. There will always be toxic people in games, especially online games.
And let go to put it into your inventory.
You can't help that. But as long as it doesn't overwhelmingly come that way, this game probably has a lot of hope for it. Now I've got to the point that actually this is a cool way to play. You stay back. Reach for the sky. Gotcha. So I have noticed now, and I don't think I noticed it as much when I was going through last time, most people are running around as mages. Mage, mage, mage. Obviously, a lot of people have noticed or have been informed that it's really going to be the way to play. You can move as well, so can I avoid the attacks? Doesn't look like it, actually. I'm going to die. Oh, just because there's a fucking enemy behind me. Someone, please help me. No! Right, so I did die last time as well. And obviously it's MMO, so you just respawn. So, pretty normal. The way you do that is you hold your hands together. Because you're apparently close to the gods. That, oh, I was saved. Thank you, pal. I didn't know that you could do that. Obviously that makes sense. I think Subway wants to be my friend. Unfortunately, I'm making a YouTube video. But you look just like me. You've got the same hair. Take that horn. Oh, there you go. There's another Blade character. I feel like it's probably his first attempt at playing the game, though. Because he wouldn't be a Blade character otherwise. I'm convinced. Oh. Some new inventory. The other thing I've seen is the inventory is not exciting. So the swords have their look. If I can get close to that guy again without him running off, we'll maybe have a look. Oh, I finished the mission. We'll go and hand that in as well. Maybe we'll see a sword character over there. The swords don't really change huge amounts between the different gear. And so the gear is not really exciting. Predominantly different colours. Let's see. Is that how I get to my inventory? And I imagine it's going to be the same for the projectile launchers. They're just going to be different colours, minorly changing looks, but gear doesn't really feel exciting or different. So we've got our clasps. And they have physically changed, haven't they? Let's change the colour back again. Yeah, they physically changed. And they do look different. There's nothing exciting about that. And apparently it's the same with the weapons, and that's another one of the downsides about the game, and what people have been saying is not great. So, in this vast world, quest givers, but obviously our real VR feel of climbing the world. Yeah. And you can obviously just climb everything, so I don't even need to follow the ladder. Does not matter. I can even climb up this mushroomy building.
Etheric zip lines were installed
And now
throughout
I'm
the
on top of the
during
world.
fracture, and most of them are still hovering to this day. Grip the zip handle to rocket yourself along the path.
Alright, we'll do it just because you're asking. We'll jump back. What's wrong with my arm? Did I pick up that quest? I don't know. Right, so the quest has us to come over here and learn how to fly, which I already know how to do, but let me show you. Climbing randomly across the world. There is also these zip lines you get to, you just jump onto them and they zip you across the map.
Simply let go while climbing.
To glide, you look like you're going to be out here taking a leap of faith and you just go off of an edge. You don't even need to jump. And it is as simple as that. You get these drafts that will push you even further. I think I missed that ring, which was not good. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty simple. I think there's a lot missing from the game still, unfortunately. How do I get you?
It's within an agent's rights to requisition whatever is needed for Zenith's well-being.
Just opens? Is that how it works? Throws out some stuff. A horn. Basic dust. Yeah. I think there's still a lot missing. I'll go hand in this quest. I'll give my final verdicts on how I feel about it. I really didn't think it's going to be a game that I'd want to play again. And that was going to be my opinion if I carried on playing as a Blade character. With some friends... Oh, I just fell out the sky. My stamina... being able to glide is linked to your stamina. Yeah. With some friends and playing as the mage character or build, I definitely think this is a game that I could play some more of. Playing as a Blade character, really not. I really dislike the combat style in it. It really feels like it was made for a flat screen game where you'd click on the enemy and your character's going to sit there doing that, and there's a roll of the dice on whether you dodge or block. But they then converted it to a VR game, and you have to kind of push your weapons into things. You don't just hold it in place, because that makes it too easy, and kind of guarantees your block in a MMO, which just wouldn't happen normally. It's not enjoyable, it's not immersive, it doesn't feel right and exciting for VR. This feels much better. I enjoyed this. The world, beautiful, it's massive, it feels so nice to look at. I didn't think I'd like the art style, as I was saying, but I really, really do. I think it looks really nice. Character creation needs a massive overhaul. There's not enough, and it's not exciting for an RPG game to have a character creation style like this, which is very unfortunate. And the inventory, I mean, I've not had enough view of what the inventory is really like, but from what I've seen and been told and read, it's not very exciting. There's not any very exciting weapons in the game. There are legendaries, apparently. Legendary weapons, exotic weapons, whatever they want to call them. I don't know what that is called yet. But there's nothing that feels really special about them. They're just powerful weapons. They're not like... Again, I was never a World of Warcraft player, but like the Sword of Azeroth, I believe, is a very amazing weapon in that game. In Lord of the Rings Online, you got your Second Age weapons, which you could find and discover the lore on, and then eventually be able to use it as a weapon. There's nothing apparently great like that in this game that makes any kind of weapon special. Crafting, unfortunately, I don't know how much longer it's going to take to get to that. But crafting is apparently meant to be really fun, and cooking in the game. And is what really makes it feel very much like a VR game. In my opinion, though, overall, I think people are saying this game is great purely because there is nothing else. There is no better or other VR MMO available. So it's great because it's all we've got. Nothing else available now. What other option have you got to play instead? So this is great. This is good as it gets at the minute for a VR MMO game. It is early access. I'm probably being very overly critical just because, well, in the areas that I was, because it's not to my taste. From what I've experienced and been spoiled with so far in a VR game. Got lots of room to improve. I would be interested to pick it up later once they've done a load of updates and see how it is and how it's progressed. But for now, unless someone fancies playing with me, I don't see myself picking it up until there's been some updates. Anyway, please do like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. See you later.